and this is what I'm making. This is one half of a center console for a DeLorean. This is the AC control panel. It actually has a cover that goes over it, and the cover, I'll show you what it looks like. Right here. This right here is the panel in the center console for the HVAC, fan speed, selection, hot and cold. There's also three lights here in the bottom. I think one's for seat belt, rear defroster, fan fill, and it's a backlit panel. So what I've had to do is take the graphic off. I've made a mold, one half of a mold anyway, and that's what you're looking at right here. You can keep it high, Trent.
Yeah, it needs to be a climate.
So do me a favor. You cut that fan off real fast. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to cover this in Vaseline around the edges and over these little holes in the center. And silicone won't stick to anything other than itself. But I probably still will put a little bit of mold release on the plastic just to be on the safe side. These panels are, you just can't get them. So I want to be as cautious as I can getting this thing made. This is mold release. I'm just going to spray it on top of the plastic part. And like I said, this really isn't necessary, but I'm just being precautious due to it being such a rare part. The next thing I'm going to do is mix up the silicone, which I'm hoping should be maybe 300 or 400 grams, or yeah, 300 or 400 grams. This is my degasser setup, and it's nothing more than a vacuum pump with an on-off switch, and it's attached to a piece of Lexan with a fitting in the top of it that is just open. And I've got this vase that was my wife's, and I'm going to use it to seal this up, and hopefully that vacuum will pop all the bubbles in the silicone. Hopefully what's going to happen is all these bubbles that you're seeing in there should start coming to the surface and popping. Let's see what happens. Rick, can you cut the compressor? I'll just flip the switch. So I'm gonna go with this. This is, I'd say, pretty good degassed. I mean, I know there's bubbles on top still, but I can roll with that. I mean, that really got a lot of bubbles out of it. Compared to what I've done in the past, that's kind of crazy how much bubbles are in that. Like when we made the Iron Man suit, I would have never guessed there was that many bubbles in this concoction. But so I've got my silicone, and I've got the mold release already on this thing, so I'm going to try to get this both in the shot and start on the edge and see what happens here. Now pull it all the way down. Pull it all the way down. Pull it all the way down. There you go. No, leave it down. And the reason I'm doing a thin stream like this is just to hopefully avoid having any bubbles still possibly in it. Maybe this thin stream will pop them as they're going down. Goodbye, DeLorean car part. But anyway, this is what I got. We're gonna pour it in. This I'm really not too terribly concerned about doing any particular order. Just want to fill this thing up. We've already covered the part, so it's not like we're gonna hurt anything at this point.
Instead of a pink color, is there a blue color of that?
Yes, there actually is.
Cool. We can make a mix.
Hopefully part 2 of this will be us actually removing the part successfully, and then so anyway, hopefully we'll have this thing looking pretty good, and we'll rip it out tomorrow afternoon and see how it does. But that's it for the silicone. Bam. This car part will be for that right over there. You can barely see it, but that's the DeLorean. And hopefully we'll have a decent looking center console.